Well, I can remember Dustin coming to the club at the end of the '92 season, I think, from memory, and I'd obviously was 7 or 8 years down the track in my own career by that stage. And I used to watch his dad, Ken Fletcher, play at Windy Hill. When he arrived, I'd seen him around the club as a 10-year-old or 12-year-old. Ken used to bring him in around the rooms at that particular stage. And then obviously he arrived at, I think it was 16, and see this skinny kid. I thought, geez, this kid's going to take a bit of time to develop. He's put on a bit of weight, and he had good speed and really good length in his kicks. It was quite good at ground level, and I thought, wow, maybe this kid is going to evolve quicker than we thought. And obviously Sheeds was the coach, and Sheeds would always play, if he thought you were going to be a long-term player, and if he thought that, he would play you earlier than expected at times, and Dustin was one of those guys. And when you're playing on the guys that can hit the scoreboard and at any one given time kick 5, 6, 7 goals, and Dustin probably had the hardest challenge. But sometimes it can depend on what you do and how you play as a back six that can really help you evolve. And that's what happened in '93.
Robin plays on quickly, looking for Mondrip. Fletcher over the back. Excellent mark from Dustin Fletcher.
Dustin had a fantastic foot. I mean, he could hit you from 60 metres away. Now, or he could kick 7, you could kick a torpedo that would just get it out of defence, as an example. Or more often than not, though, Dustin was good enough to hit a target. And that was another thing, that as good as you were defensively, you had to be good offensively, and that's where Dustin really came to the fore. Once he got the ball, it was always going to be, well, the ball, you know what? He'll hit the target, and we'll go forward to centre, and it gives us time to reset as a defence, and that's another attribute that Dustin had.
Can he outrun Fletcher? No, sirree!
As you get older in your career, sometimes you can be very quiet when you first start, and that's how Dustin was, but then he started to work out this interesting area of the back 50 and how you control the opposition space. So you can see quite clearly that Dustin would be the coordinator of the positioning, and it was a wonderful defence and ruthless.
It runs back towards the goal square. Got up, tried to soccer it. Fletcher was brilliant. Little 1-2 with Hurley. Short one to Dempsey.
When you play football, you don't necessarily get on with everyone, but I would say Dustin did get on with everyone. That's him in a nutshell, and what a fantastic trait that is to have. That that's a sort of charisma that he had, and that's why he was so adored by players that played with him. His ability not to be able to carry too much, if you call it stress or anxiety about playing in a high-profile position within the team, which more often than not was full-back in the old terms, to play on some great forwards along the way, to be a fairly nonchalant sort of guy that just enjoyed his footy, enjoyed his teammates, brought along his family at the same time, and he's one of those guys that you could always rely on. So he had it all, and that's the reason he played for so long.